Hey there, Kahnjah Beats here. Got a comment on the last tutorial video from the Bull Eye Heaven talking about my drum rack, my node rack in there. He wanted me to show you how to make it, so I'm going to show you how to make it. Alright, so first you just take a regular drum rack, drag it onto a mini channel. You're going to open up this view, and you're going to want to open the sends and the returns. That way you can see it splits it into two groups there. Then you basically just start adding effects. Just to keep it the same as the node rack from my last video, I'll just use the same effects. So we'll start with a delay, some reverb, a saturator, and a compressor. Now you just got to go through and quickly tune all of your different effects. For the delay, I like to switch it to time and then just put a little bit of difference in the time. It kind of gives like a left to right feel, widens out hi-hats and snares. I don't always use it, but it's nice to have. Turn the dry wet all the way up. Reverb, same thing. Turn the dry wet all the way up, and then I usually map the decay time to a macro. Macros are super handy. Just right click, macro. You can name it whatever you want, just to keep track of what's going on. So we'll do reverb, decay, and then you could adjust it with the knob. Yeah. Alright, so for the saturator, we'll just do a little bit of drive, turn that off, dry wet all the way up. Compressor, you may need to tune the compressor quite a bit, depending on what type of track you're making. For now, we'll just keep a regular attack, slow release, or quick release, I guess. And yeah, just fiddle with the settings. I usually end up putting the threshold a little bit below half. Yeah, so that's the bulk of getting it set up, really. Let's go ahead and put a MIDI clip in here. And drag in some instruments real quick. We'll just grab a hi-hat, a snare, and find a kick drum really quick. Okay. That'll work. We'll just draw in a pattern really quick. I'm actually going to rename these so we can tell what's going on. Control R to rename. Just do a simple pattern, just something so I can show you how to use the actual rack. Alright, so back to the drum rack, and now this is where you use the sends, so you can see that they're all mapped. We'll start with just the kick here and the compressor, but you can see A, B, B, C, C, D, D, so that's how they map out. And you basically just drag up that send right there, and it starts to blend in a compressed kick, same kick sample, just with some compression. So you're getting the clean kick coming through the end of the channel and the compressed kick, so it gets nice and fat. For the snare, you can try and use some of that delay. I'll overdo it so you can hear the effect. Yeah, it doesn't take much, just kind of fattens things up. Reverb, throw some reverb on there. And that's where their macro is, so saturator just seems to fatten things out a bit. And we'll compress it. Do about the same thing for the hats. Some reverb, saturation, and compression. I just started using these. It just makes life so much more simple, quick, and then you can solo exactly what's coming out of each return track. And then you can turn them off altogether, so you can kind of A-B, but we'll turn this compression off and then back on. Saturator, reverb, and delay. So it's just adding and mostly filling out those sounds. I ended up adding all these effects to channels anyways, so I just figured I'd make a drum rack. Anyway, that's about it. To make the drum rack, and of course you can use whatever effects you want. You could tune them however you'd like. Go ahead and make sure there's no samples in the rack, and the last step would just be to save it. Click that little disc and name it, and then the next time you go to your drum racks, it should be there, and there it is. So you just drag it in, drop in your samples, and start making some music. Well, that's it for this tutorial. I tried to keep it short, to the point. Drum racks are awesome. Templates in general, anything you can do to speed it up so you're not starting from ground zero is a good idea. But yeah, stay tuned for more tutorials. I got a lot coming up. Suggest a tutorial you'd like to see in the comments there, and we'll see you next time.